Hair growth without really dealing with the hair loss is like having a cup with holes in it. Hey Baddie, so this is the video that we've all been waiting for. Okay, no one's been waiting for it, but me, I've been waiting to talk about it. And these are the best essential oils, the 7 best essential oils that are clinically proven to regrow your hair. So they're clinically proven to do 2 things: stop hair loss and regrow your hair, okay? And I'm gonna go into all the specifics, etc. So what you're gonna see in this video is basically me kind of listing them out really quickly, but you're also gonna see footage of me creating my hair growth serum, okay? I swear by the serum, okay? I honestly don't feel that I have to buy a serum, although I have videos on the best ones you can buy. While I'm not a big DIYer, this is the one thing I will DIY for life, okay? Because listen, I'm not gonna do this here, but not all hair growth serums and oils, right? They're used interchangeably, they're really not, and I'm not gonna go too much into that today, not in this video. I have another video, go check that one out, where I really break that down. But anyway, they're used interchangeably, but not all hair growth oils are created equal. They're not. I'm a firm believer that every scalp needs its own oil because every scalp is different, everyone is different. Which carrier oil works best for you, which fatty acids are more effective for you, for your chemistry, and of course, all of that other stuff. However, essential oils are essential oils. And listen, there are many of them, but there are some that are clinically proven, okay? That there is data that supports that they will not only stop hair loss, but they will proliferate your hair follicles, meaning making more hair follicles, make your hair appear denser, thicker, okay? And then of course, they will grow out your hair. So let's jump right into that. That's what you're gonna hear in this video. And we're gonna be a little more creative because it's not just gonna be me talking. You're gonna see me make my hair growth serum, okay? Like I said, I swear by this serum. If I'm not going to buy a serum, which 90% of the time I'm not, there's a few that I really wanna try out there that have really good science to back them up, but I'm going to always ride or die for my hair growth serum. I'm gonna throw an honorable mention in there for you because it's not necessarily essential oil that's here, but it's an extract that is going to pop your hair growth game to another level. You're gonna thank me, okay? And I will leave my P.O. box below so you can send me your thank you letters, or you could just DM me on Instagram, whatever. All right, so let's jump right in, sis. Like I said, we're gonna cut to video of me making this serum, okay? This hair growth serum using these essential oils, and then I'll let you know what my carrier oil of choice is, and I'll explain to you why. And then of course I'll have a video on here about the best carrier oils, because not all carrier oils are created equal, and everybody should not be using coconut oil, and everybody should not be using olive oil. I'm just saying, but I'm just saying. So number 1 on this list, and it's not in this particular order, but on this list that I put together for you, is Peppermint Essential Oil, okay? First things first is peppermint oil beat out minoxidil, which is FDA approved. Minoxidil is an FDA approved clinical and active ingredient, okay, for hair growth. It is the only FDA approved ingredient for hair growth. Minoxidil is extremely effective. I don't know how many experts we've had on our Supernaturals podcast plug, which you can download on Apple, Spotify, or you can just tune into the videos if you join our Facebook group. But anyway, long story short, I think everyone and anyone who is a licensed or practitioner, dermatologist, etc., have all came out and said that minoxidil is the GOAT for hair growth. While some people may have their different reservations or whatever, for the most part, topical minoxidil, aka Rogaine, 5% works. This is not about that, right? But what they're saying here is that peppermint oil, the essential oil peppermint oil, beat out Rogaine, y'all, okay? In a clinical study for hair growth, okay? So mice were given peppermint oil. Basically, the mice that were given peppermint oil had significant increase in dermal thickness. They increased their follicle number and their follicle depth. Did you know that you can increase the number of follicles on your head? Yes, and the depth. I didn't know that you could do that. Yes, sis, you can do that, and you can do that all via peppermint oil, honey. It is not, listen, it is not a scam. It is not a marketing ploy. Peppermint Essential Oil. And listen, for me, when I make my my hair growth serum, I do not use the cheapy essential oils, the Now ones, NOW. No shade to Now, don't come for me. I mean, I'm still the little guy. You're not gonna get much, at least not right now, at the beauty supply store and all of those. You know, I don't really rock with those. I get 100% full organic certified, cold press. I mean, whatever you could call it to make it clean, and if there's a such thing as a vegan essential oil, all of that, I get those. Okay, I'm gonna try to list or jot down the name of the company where I get my essential oils. I don't have it off the top of my head. Maybe you'll see it in the video as you see me make the thingamajig. Okay, anyway, so that's peppermint oil. Okay, peppermint oil increases blood circulation to the area it's applied to. And basically, you know, how I use it is I put them all together and I make a hair growth serum, and I'll tell you that in a minute. So that's Peppermint Essential Oil, okay? So the next one is Lavender Essential Oil, okay? Here is what is dope about Lavender Essential Oil. Lavender Essential Oil can speed up hair growth, it reduces stress, it increases the growth of your follicles, and it has antimicrobial and antibacterial properties that improve scalp health, okay? Now, like I said, nothing that I'm saying here is hearsay. This is all has data to back this up, okay? Bottom line is peppermint oil is gonna give you that fullness and thickness. Lavender essential oil is gonna give you inches, honey. You want them inches, you want lavender essential oil. Let's move on to the next one. Number 3, rosemary oil, okay? Rosemary oil is the GOAT if you're trying to achieve thickness because of its ability to proliferate hair follicles, aka multiply your hair follicles. Now, yes, okay, we said peppermint oil does this as well, but rosemary is known for doing this, okay? According to one study, rosemary oil performed as well as Rogaine, okay? But with less side effects as far as proliferating your hair follicles and basically filling in the gaps and giving you way more hair. I gotta take a sip. So listen, if you want denser, thicker hair, mixing rosemary and peppermint together, it's just gonna give you magnifique results. I'm super excited about this because this is what I've been doing and my hair has been coming through. It's been coming through, Jesus. Okay, it's been coming through. All right, this is what I put in my essential oil, in my essential serum, okay? Now, let me explain the MOA, the mechanism of action for minoxidil, aka Rogaine, okay? If you don't already know how minoxidil, aka Rogaine works, is that it's an active ingredient that dilates or widens your blood vessels to deliver nutrients and oxygen to your hair follicles. So we already on this channel, if you follow me and blah, 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 if you don't subscribe now, please, because you're missing out on all the tea, right? But if you like what you've heard so far, please like, okay? But the reason why delivering oxygen and blood to your follicles are so important is because it's feeding the follicles the nutrients that it does not get. I don't care how much you eat in one day. Most of us are not eating nutrient-dense meals anyway, meaning we're not getting all the macronutrients that we need in a day, right? We're not getting all the protein, all the fats, and all the carbs that we need to sustain our body, let alone our hair, right? And the little bit that we get is gonna go to our body, not our hair. Then some of us don't take supplements, some of us don't take vitamins, so then we're not getting it any other way, right? And then if we are getting it because the blood is not circulating the way it needs to, or it's not going to the follicle, it's taking it everywhere but the follicle. So you want to do things like increase the blood circulation to your follicle so your follicle could get the protein, so your follicle could get the fats. That is what's going to make your follicle flourish, honey. Why am I so excited? I didn't even have a drink, y'all. Like, this is sober because I really believe in this, right? This is not me just reading something off of a paper. Paper I'm reading is my own paper with my own notes, okay? This is me not reading anything else because I'm telling you, I've been making this hair growth serum for a long time, and I'm telling you, it is magnifique. I have not had to really buy anything Like I said, the stuff that I am going to buy, if you look at my hair growth serum video, are the ones that I mentioned there, because they have certain active ingredients and peptides and proteins that you can't just buy from anywhere, right? And so that is gonna take my serum game to the next level. But honey, if you're using just all natural essential oils and carrier oils, this is the recipe right here, okay? This is it, okay? So now let's move on to number 4. The next one is tea tree oil, okay? Tea tree has power cleansing, antibacterial, and antimicrobial properties. It helps to unplug hair follicles and increases hair growth, okay? A 2013 study showed that mixing tea tree oil and minoxidil, the actual minoxidil, are a bomb combination for improving hair growth, okay? Tea tree is used in a lot of anti-dandruff products. So, first of all, tea tree oil is good for unplugging the hair follicles. One of the reasons why your hair is not growing, honey, is because those follicles are clogged, okay? Think clogged arteries, clogged follicles, clogged anything. Ugh, clear it out so that some good stuff can come in, okay? Let him go so that you can get the right one that God has for you, sis. Okay, anyway, back to the show. So the real reason why tea tree oil is good, it has those antimicrobial and bacterial properties that are going to maintain the homeostasis and the pH balance on your scalp. That is extremely important so that you do not have an overproduction of yeast or an overproduction of bacteria, which can cause a yeast infection on your scalp. Yes, your scalp can get a yeast infection, and it is called, the medical term is called seborrheic dermatitis if it's on your scalp, okay? If you have, you can have an excess bacteria, you can have flaking, and that is because you are just, y'all, okay? I just recently seen somebody do a commercial showing them scraping a whole bunch of hair flakes, and that is not okay. And if you add more oil to that, you are creating a mess. You are just, tea tree oil is that chick to maintaining a healthy pH. If you don't like your pH to be off in your Netherlands, you don't want your pH to be off on your scalp, period. Now, number 5 is cedarwood oil. Cedarwood oil is good for balancing the oil production glands in your scalp. It also has antifungal and antibacterial properties, just like tea tree oil. It fights dandruff and hair loss. And if you mix it with lavender and rosemary oil, it can reduce hair loss in people with alopecia, okay? Now, cedarwood oil is that girl. If you are excessively oily, okay? If you are the oily queen, okay? If you are the queen of the oil, okay? If you are a sebum queen, like I call myself, if you don't know if you're a sebum queen, typically if you have oily and acne prone skin, then more than likely the skin on your scalp is just as oily as the skin on your face. She is me, I am her. The reason why this is good is because it balances that oil producing gland. Anytime you overly produce sebum on your skin, it is not good. It also can affect your pH. It can throw you off. It can make things very moist in a bad way, okay? We know there's some bad moisture, okay? And there's good moisture if it's balanced. So the point is, you want to keep that oil production balanced. You don't want to make too much oil to the point where now you're just an oily mess. Your hair is, it just can never flourish because it's just creating all of that, and then it's going to create yeast and bacteria, dandruff and sebderm and blah blah blah, right? And you don't want to make too little oils, and now your hair is just excessively dry, right? Because we do like our oils for reason. I'm probably very shiny right now while I'm talking to you. So the point is this: cedarwood is going to balance out that oil. It's going to keep that oil flowing at just the right amount, okay? So that you're moisturized, but you're not overdoing it, okay? And if you mix it with the other ones that I mentioned, the studies show that if you mix it with the other ones that I mentioned, it is amazing for growing your hair if you have alopecia, okay? Which within itself is a big term, but you know what? I'm not fighting nobody today, okay? If you have alopecia. Next one is thyme oil, okay? Yes, I know some of y'all like, girl, I don't want to smell like a Thanksgiving dinner. Well, do you want to be bald? I'm just saying. I have not found out a way to balance out the smells, but these things work, okay? So thyme oil is very helpful in treating alopecia. It stimulates the scalp and actively prevents hair loss, okay? This one is one of the stronger oils of the other oils, so you don't want to put as much of the thyme oil into your concoction. Thyme oil is a strong girl, okay? She's very strong, and you don't want to do that, okay? But thyme oil is just very effective at clearing that scalp out and just really penetrating deep, deep, deep into the outer layers of the skin. So number 7 is clary sage oil, okay? Clary sage oil increases the hair strength, making it more difficult for your hair to break, okay? This, let me tell you something, my serum focuses on all aspects of hair loss, okay? The clary sage oil is what you need if you are thinning, if you have very thin hair, if your hair seems to be brittle, if your hair just seems to just, if you just have limp, okay, strands. Clary sage oil is going to strengthen your mane, strengthen your strands, and help to prevent your hair from breaking. The reason why it's important to apply to the scalp as well, if you also want to do it to the rest of the hair that's already on the that's already grown, but the scalp most importantly, because you want those new hairs to grow stronger, right? You don't want those new hairs to grow thin and feeble. That's why the clary sage oil is very important, okay? So now, that's number 7. And then we're gonna talk about the honorable mention, which is coffee bean extract or coffee extract, okay? Coffee caffeine is very effective for hair growth. Now, there was a study, 2007 done. The caffeine in coffee can help stimulate hair growth and stop hair loss. Let's stop right there, because some people use hair growth and hair loss synonymously, and they're not the same, sis. If you are experiencing hair loss, there is some type of inflammatory function. There's some type of inflammatory issue going on. Hair loss is a direct inflammatory response, meaning your body is experiencing inflammation for some reason, one or another. We're not going into the many reasons of inflammation today, but you're experiencing inflammation, hence your hair is falling out because of the inflammation. Inflammation is no good for hair. It's an inflammatory response. Okay, now hair growth is what it is. It's hair growth. Now, can you grow your hair if you're experiencing hair loss? Yes. People don't understand that because all different parts of your follicle are at different phases in the hair growth cycle. But here's where it gets tricky. Hair growth without really dealing with the hair loss is like having a cup with holes in it. Doing things to grow your hair without treating the hair loss first is like filling this cup up and it has holes all over it. I can fill the cup and then whoop, it'll fall out. It will just pour out, right? Or it may not even fill up, right, at all in some cases because of the holes. My point with saying that is you have to patch up the holes first, which is address the inflammation and the hair loss, and then the hair growth is you can retain the hair growth instead of it all falling out, right? That is the point. So caffeine in coffee can help stimulate hair growth and stop hair loss. But here's what I want to say. The 2007 laboratory study found that caffeine helped to block the effects of DHT in male hair follicles. Now, DHT is in both men and female, male and female, but it's very, very concentrated in males. That's why you see a lot of men go bald, some of them in their 20s. They go through the male pattern baldness because they have a lot of DHT. DHT, simply put, is a derivative of testosterone, okay? It is a derivative of testosterone. It is a testosterone-derived hormone that has other benefits for men, but for the most part, when it comes to their hair, it suffocates the life out of the follicle. The best way for me to describe it is DHT is literally like, it's like death to the follicle. It comes to the follicle, it goes up to the follicle is minding its own business, waiting for the bus, and DHT comes behind the follicle and then chokes the life out of it until it's dead, right? And that process can happen very fast, can happen very slow, depending on how much DHT you have. And DHT is literally just running up on follicles at every bus stop and just ending their lives. And it's not fair. It's not fair, okay? Like I said, DHT is not a bad guy. It does other things for other people and other parts of the male's body or female's body, mostly for men, but women have it too, right? Just like men and women both have estrogen and testosterone, we have it too. Women that have excessive DHT DHT may have a hormone imbalance like I did, called androgenic alopecia, which is hormonal hair loss, female pattern hair loss. That's neither here nor there. But that DHT is no good for your hair follicles. So what you don't want to kill DHT, but you want to block it from killing the follicle. So again, follicle is at the bus stop waiting for the bus, and here goes DHT, and this is what caffeine does. It steps in front of the follicle and it says to DHT, you better not. You're gonna have to go through me first. And DHT runs the other way because DHT is afraid of caffeine. I hope I explained that, because like I said, this is the magic school bus, okay? This is Hairscripts school bus. Board on, y'all, board on, okay? So it stimulated hair shaft elongation, resulting in longer, wider hair roots, okay? Caffeine, people don't know, is a GOAT. Where can you get your caffeine extract? You can get it on Amazon. Go on, same thing, get you something organic, get you some coffee, I'm talking about the extract, because you want it to be very concentrated. Don't just make coffee, brew it at home, and then, no, you want the extract. You want that real concentrated form of caffeine. Because if coffee is caffeine on 10, extract is caffeine on 100. You want the 100. And that's how I mix my essential oil serum with, drum roll please for my 1 carrier oil, because I don't believe in mixing a whole bunch of carrier oils, because honestly, one and done. Pick the one that works for your body, and it's just there to really carry the oil, the essential oils, to the shaft, okay? Now, the reason why I choose safflower oil, me specifically, is for many reasons. I like the cosmetic elegance of safflower oil. Safflower oil is very thin, it's very, very light, okay? I already have finer hair. I'm on the finer side of hair, right? So I don't want super thick like castor oil or Jamaican castor or coconut, or that's gonna weigh my hair down. I don't want that. I want something that once I apply it to my skin is gonna absorb very, very quickly. I don't need something sitting on my skin that is not able to really penetrate the shaft and the epidermis, the outer layer of my skin, okay? So safflower oil, I like the cosmetic elegance. I like that it's very thin, it's very light and airy. I can use it in the summer, winter, spring, or fall, and it absorbs very quickly. It stimulates blood circulation to promote hair growth, which I already explained why that's important. It also contains high amounts of oleic acid, okay, which sinks into the scalp easily, okay? Oleic acid is a fatty acid, one of the fatty acids that really have really great benefits for hair growth, collagen production, antioxidants, it destroys free radicals. These are all things that you need to really build the structure of your hair so that that shrinkage, that bounce is there. Some of us don't like the shrinkage because we don't like that it takes our hair from here to here, but shrinkage is good, sis, embrace it. It means that you have very, very, very strong, powerful, elastic hair. The collagen on your hair is doing what it's supposed to do. It's giving what it's supposed to give, okay? So anyway, the vitamin E and essential fatty acids provide moisture to the length of the hair. For both scalp and hair, safflower oil is a winner. So that is my carrier oil of choice. You don't have to stick with safflower. There are tons. I mentioned Jamaican, castor, olive, avocado, coconut. I am going to create a video, if I don't already have it up, on the best carrier oils for hair growth. Now, the carrier oils are not made for hair growth, but it has hair growth benefits because of the fatty acids in them, okay? So I'm gonna break down the ones that I feel are the best, maybe the top 5 that I feel are the best and why, okay? And so stick around for that video. The only way you're gonna know that I posted it is if you subscribe and turn on your notifications, and we're gonna talk about the best ones for you. But anyway, pick your carrier oil of choice, because you cannot put essential oils directly on your scalp. They will burn your follicle, they will burn your scalp, they will burn your hair, they will cause more damage than good. Mix them up with, of course, the coffee extract that I mentioned, and voila, there you have your oil. Now, you should be seeing this in this video, whether throughout me speaking, now, blah, blah, blah. Listen, this oil right here, you make sure you put it in a dark glass bottle, amber, blue. Put it in a glass bottle so it can preserve itself and live better. And if you put it in a clear see-through bottle, the light can damage the oil. You want to put it in a nice bottle that can be held at room temperature and dark so that the light do not burn or boil the oil, okay? And destroy the properties in the oil, the chemical properties. It can completely change the chemical composition if it gets hot, and you don't want to do that. So my point in saying all of this, ladies, is these are the best essential oils. I gave you the reasons. They're clinically backed, proven. We only bring receipts on this channel. Please let me know if you created the essential oil using my recipe, your hair growth serum using my recipe. Let me know how you may have tweaked it, enhanced it, or made it customizable just for you. Which carrier oil did you choose? Comment down below. Let's spark the convo, and let's start our hair, well, not start, but continue our growth journey, okay? This is your girl Bevy, founder of Hairscripts. We are the plug. If you are experiencing any type of hair loss, ladies, please click on the link down below and let us plug and connect you to a vetted specialist who specializes in hair and skin of color. Thank you.